Good afternoon. Welcome to the seminar. We have 332 attendees who have logged in, and we will wait for a couple of minutes more and then start the webinar. Thank you.
Sorry, you're mute.
Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. I'm happy to note that we have 382 participants who have logged on for this webinar. Greetings from ACE Micromatic. We hope and pray for the good health and well-being of all our customers, employees, suppliers, and other stakeholders. Most of you may be aware that ACE Micromatic is India's largest machine tool group with over 55,000 CNC machines working in India and abroad. We are available for immediate resolution of your sales and service needs through our network of 55 offices which are located across India, right from Kanyakumari up to Kanpur. We are happy to inform that we have more than 4,000 machines working overseas in Europe, America, Thailand, Mexico, Middle East, and China too. In fact, we have till date supplied 1,582 CNC lathes and vertical machining centers to the Chinese market. Our customers in China are supported by 14 service engineers who are located in Shanghai and 5 satellite offices. Welcome to the webinar titled Comprehensive Guidelines for Starting CNC Machines Post-Lockdown. The corona pandemic has completely changed the world that we knew so well. The life of every citizen on this earth has been completely transformed, and the virus has destroyed the economy of every country in just 3 months. We at ACE Micromatic decided to conduct a series of webinars across India so that we could reach out to our 15,000 plus customers. And the only reason for conducting these webinars is to educate them on the potential problems that they are likely to experience on the CNC lathes, machining centers, and grinders when they switch on the machines after the 40-day lockdown period. This webinar in English language is the concluding session, and the earlier webinars were conducted in Tamil, Kannada, Marathi, Gujarati, and Hindi. Through these multilingual series of 8 webinars, we are happy to inform that we were able to reach out to 4,748 customers till date, excluding the over 400 registrations for this webinar. This webinar will be done in 3 parts. We will focus on the electrical issues and guidelines in the first part, while in the second part we will focus on the mechanical side. The last and concluding part of this webinar will be the question and answer session. Now, let me introduce my team members who will be the presenters for this technical webinar. Mr. P. Sendil Kumar is the service head for domestic operations, and he is responsible for service operations across India. He will handle the electrical portion of the webinar. The mechanical portion of the webinar will be handled by my colleague, Mr. V.R. Praveen Kumar, who incidentally happens to be our business head at Chennai. My colleague, Ravi Rana, is the general manager of Micromatic Machine Tools, and he will be my co-host for handling the concluding section of this webinar. My name is Harish, and I am the Vice President with responsibility for All India operations. I am delighted to be the anchor for this event. In this webinar, we will try to address the problems that you are likely to encounter when you switch on your CNC machines post-lockdown. We will also give you probable solutions for overcoming the problems. Plus, we will give you what precautions you have to take when restarting CNC machines. That the tips, advice, and recommendations which we will make in this webinar have been prepared specifically for CNC lathes, machining centers, and CNC grinders which have been manufactured by our ACE Micromatic group. While the advice is generally applicable to all CNC metal cutting machines, we do urge you to do due diligence and consult with your CNC machine manufacturer before replicating the solutions and recommendations which we offer for our machines. If you have any queries, we request you to type your questions in the question and answer section available in your screen. We will attempt to answer them immediately, or maybe we will take it at the end of the webinar. If the question requires a very detailed reply, we will contact you subsequently. Please therefore ensure that when you type in your question, give us your mobile and email address. I now request my colleague, Mr. P. Sendil Kumar, to take over the next portion of the webinar. Thank you.
Thank you, Harisha, for your detailed explanation about the webinar. Once again, as ACE Micromatic Group customers, we are welcoming for this exclusive webinar on how to start the CNC machine post-lockdown. Topics has been covered today will be 3 parts. One is before power on, what needs to be done, and after that, after switching on the machine, what needs to be done, precautions to be taken, do's and don'ts. And finally, the third part will be the warm-up. What to do the warm-up of the all ACE Micromatic machines. Before switching on any machine, there will be some safety aspects that needs to be taken care while operating the machines. We should ensure that usage of safety goggles, hand gloves, and safety shoes always while operating the machines. So due to this corona, it is recommended to use 3-ply mask also for our operators. and avoid using electrical apartment by touching any panel without bare hands. It may affect maybe shock to the other operators. It will danger for human safety. So we recommend always to use safety goggles, safety gloves, safety shoes when operating the machine. Okay, once the safety aspect has been taken care by everyone, then it is a time to sanitize the machine parts and surrounding area. What are the parts needs to be sanitized? That we have mentioned in this slide. Not only parts, wherever possibility of touching by our operators frequently. It may be a plug cage, it may be a pressure cage, it may be a MDA key shape, it may be a log book. Wherever possible, we need to standardize the machine. We have shown here in this slide some of the few frequently touched by the operators, like MDA key shape, machine door handles, main off switch, on off switch, CNC on off switch, hydraulic pneumatic pressure gauges where they see the pressures of the hydraulic and tailstock and adjust, that is pressure reducer valves where can adjust the pressure to accommodate their pressure according to their component, or holding like a chuck, clamping of the component in the chuck, and cutting tools. While changing the insert or tool, they will be frequently touched by the component. And one more thing, the push button. Suppose they are switching on the cycle start, that they will use frequently more. Not only switching on the machine or power on the machine, whenever there is a shift change by the operator or any setting change, that time also all these parts needs to be sanitized. So these are the sanitized where need to be done. Okay. So how to do that sanitization? What are the precautions to be taken care by the sanitization? We have mentioned in this slide, there will be a guideline for sanitization as recommended by FANUC India. So before sanitizing the machine should be switched off. So after switched off, ensuring the switch off the machine, that full machine has to be thoroughly wiped with cloth soaks in an appropriate concentration of disinfectant solutions. The disinfectant solution commonly used are ethanol and sodium hypochlorite. These are the two solutions commonly used as a disinfectant solutions. So there are some few cautions and warning also to be taken care while using these solutions, because the ratio what needs to be mixed with the water, it has to be recommended by the manufacturer of this disinfectant solutions. So you have to take care while mixing the ratios. After applying the machine and machine parts, it has to be thoroughly wiped with the cloth which is soaked with water. So it will remove the residue of all the settle on the machine surface. So if you are not taking care in this caution and precautions, it may corrode the metals, it may discoloration of the parts wherever applied, that also possible. So ensure that caution and precautions of the disinfectant solutions should be taken care while sanitizing the machine. After sanitization of the machine, we need to have a visual inspection of the machine, because the machine is ideal for 40 to 45 days. So definitely there will be any movement of anyone. So it is the ideal time for the rats and rodents may enter in our machine. It can cause some damages to the electrical cables, hydraulic hoses, coolant hoses, coolant power supply cables, pneumatic hoses also. We have shown some of the photographs of the machine where possibility of damage by this rodents due to non-operative period. So like one first photo shows the hydraulic tank where the hydraulic hoses, power motor, everything can be damaged by these rodents. And one more thing, the coolant area, because it will be a bacteria formed, it will color discolored. If you are not cleaned before lockdown, it may be an ideal place for the rodents to come and have a sit with and enjoy. So better we should check every area of the machine outside, like hydraulic tank, power pack, chiller, if any extra items like gantry, all the items to be thoroughly checked with any damage or any rusting of the part. Fourth photo in bottom we have shown pneumatic area, because background of this plate there is an ideal place for the rat and let me settle it down. So first you have to check any movement of rat has been identified. Then it is probably that will be inside the machine or outside the machine. There will be some cloth can be pulled up from some other area. They can hide here. So please check all the areas possibility of any damage caused by rats. Apart from that, we have to check the electrical cabinet, because it is closed before post lockdown, but some of the areas have some cutout unwanted openings are there. They may be the place where rats can enter into the electrical cabinet. We have shown in this presentation some of the areas where rat can enter, they can cause the damages to the electrical apparatus. First, they have to check with the rear panel. You can open the cabinet door, you have to check any damages like drive or power cable or feedback cable, and some of the electrical cables in NBCB, MPCB or OLR relays. Almost everything there you have to check in that whether any damage is or any rusting has happened because of this non-operative period. And then second photo we have shown some front cabinet where that all system card, system cables and India key sheet cables are available. There also sufficient place are there to where rat can sit and make the damage. You should check this area also for properly for any damage or rusting. If it is damage is there, please change the cable or try to solder it wherever cut is happened. We recommend better to change the cable to avoid future problems. Checking the inside and surrounding of the machine, it is a time to check inside the machine like bar screw or guideways or Fanuc motors and lubrication cartridges, everything. So for that you need to remove the guards. To check the telescopic cover, you have to remove the telescopic cover and then you can check the bar screw condition for rusting or any lack of lubrication. You may aware definitely the metal parts are exposed to air, definitely the possibility of rusting also can increase. So one of the photos what we are shown in the presentation is rusting of bar screw. So bar screw rusting can be removed using by some of the kerosene, petrol or kerosene or some WD-40 also available in the field. You can apply, you can remove the rusting. You should must ensure that there will not be any rusting in the bar screw. So one more photos what we have shown here, that Fanuc motor and power cable. There also we need to check properly any damage caused by the rotters or rats.
Senthil,
Yes, sir.
there is a lot of background and audio problem. I will request to switch over to Mandar. There is a network issue at your side.
Okay, sir.
Mandar, over to you.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Sir, there is some problem in network, so I'll continue. Myself, Mandar Mahajan. I am a business head at Aurangabad. So now further to this slide, we'll move to the next slide. So as Senthil sir now has come up with some slides, so I'll continue with this slide. So prerequisites of air and lubrication. So now we have to ensure the incoming air supply should be dry and the pressure should be 5 bar. So it's requirement of every machine. Mostly in VMC machine we required air, so it must be a dry air as shown in our these pictures. Now the next point is that all our lubrication tank must be clean before any lubrication, and we recommend to put a recommended lubrication oil, and a level of that oil should be maintained. Now prerequisites of coolant. So now after many days we are now going to start, so hence we need to check the coolant and we have to replace the coolant because there must be a that bacteria formation. So we have to replace and ensure the level of coolant and the concentration to be maintained as shown in our all the pictures. So next is prerequisites of oil level. So in this there are many oils which we are using in our machines. So what we have to check is the oil level and the top up. If required, we have to do as per the recommended grade. It is normally a hydraulic power pack, wheel head, work head in grinding, then FRL units, lubrication tank, then turret, then automatic tool changer, then index table gearbox, conveyor gearbox, geared spindle, and hydropneumatic cylinders. So these we have to ensure that there must be oil, or if oil levels are low, we have to top up. Now, restoring a FANUC system battery. See, this is applicable only when we have removed before the lockdown or some problem. Then only we have to restore the system battery, which is available in FANUC TI OITF. So it is clearly shown in the picture that the battery where the circle is done in the right side of the screen. So we can reinsert that system battery and then we have to go further. If it is removed, then only you have to do this. Now again, there is a battery called drive battery, as you know. This is also applicable to restore if it is removed before the shutdown. So now what we have to do is we have to restore this absolute pulse coder, that is called APC. The drive battery voltage must be 6 volt. See, if the voltage is low, then it will show an alarm in front of the screen. That means the battery is getting drained. So we have to re-establish this battery as shown in the left side in the circle. And even the same is in Mitsubishi controller. See, in Siemens, it is not required to replace any battery. Only if the controllers are FANUC or Mitsubishi, then only it is required to restore. Now the next point is, so many days the machines are in a shutdown, so we need to clean the coolant fan. So this is also applicable to all machines in FANUC as well as some Siemens machines also, if the fans are available. So what we have to do is clean and restore the system cooling fan in FANUC system as shown in the picture with a red circle. So the procedure is already given and even it is shown in the photos. So we have to ensure to clean and restore those fans. There are other fans which also needs to be clean. So which are these fans is, then we have to clean the drive heatsink fan, which is in a FANUC as shown in the left side of the screen, and below that the drive heatsink fan in Siemens controller. So drive cooling fan, apart from these two fans, there is a fan of spindle motor. So it is shown in the picture that we also need to clean that spindle motor cooling fan. Now after this all checkups, we need to go for starting the machines. So what we have to do is, so we have to do first switch on the mains and the stabilizer, and we have to ensure that there must not be any noise or something blur, or is there any problem. We have to check, and we have to switch on the stabilizer, and we have to check whether the desired output is coming or not, which is shown in the picture. So after switching on, so we have to switch on the machine. So machine switch is shown in the photograph. We have to switch on that switch. Before switch on, we have to check in the panel. So we have to keep panel open so that if there is any problem in the panel after switch on, we can ensure that it can be switched off again to rectify the problem. So this is as shown in the picture. We have to check. Is there any short circuit? We can immediately address that short circuit so that further damages can be controlled. Now the next is after this we have to ensure the incoming supply as well as the earth and neutral voltage. So the earth and neutral voltage must be checked. Also the phase to neutral, which is most important, it must be 220 volt AC plus or minus 10%, and phase to phase is 415 volt plus minus 10%. Then further, if it is okay, found as per the multimeter, if we check and if it is found okay, then we have to ensure the earth and the neutral voltage must be 3 volt or below as per the recommendation from all the FANUC or Siemens, that we have to ensure by the help of multimeter. If the earth to neutral voltage is more, we have to check the earth pit. Now after this, we have to switch on the machine as shown in the picture. So power on switch of CNC machine, and it should be power on in an emergency press condition. So if is there any problem occurs, we will ensure that it must be addressed. Then only we have to release the emergency. Now we have to restore the system data or SRAM data and logic if it is erased or corrupted. Let us say there might be any problem if you have restored the machine, then your data may get corrupted or erased. In that situation only you have to restore that data which is required. If any battery alarms, replace immediately or call us, so that will help you to restore. So next is, if the alarms are there, so we have to check it on the screen which is shown in the picture. So these are absolute or system battery related alarm. If that alarm occurs, fix it as per the recommended procedure. Or if you don't know anything about this battery replacement or any troubleshooting, then please contact our local nearest Micromatic office so that you will get help and the problem will get resolved. So after this, I'll request my colleague Mr. Praveen, so he'll take care of all this mechanical preventive measures to you. Over to Praveen.
Good evening to all. Thank you, Mandar sir and Sindel sir, for giving the detailed explanation on how to power up the machine in a safer mode. In further slides, we are going to see how to check the other functions of the machine. And to start with, axis movement. To move the axis, please select jog mode or MPG mode and select the feed rate as low as possible. Then do loop inch for a few minutes. Keep on doing it for 4 to 5 times, as because the machine has kept idle for a long period, there will be a lot of friction. To avoid that, we have to do the loop inch by pushing this loop inch push button. While doing so, please also cross check whether the pump is pumping the required lubrication pressure, that is 15 bar. Once after doing the loop inch, please try to move every axis individually. You can see in the slide, the load percentage has been given. So the maximum load percentage for a normal machine is 40%. But in case of a turning center with slant bed and hardened guideways, the x-axis load in positive direction can be a little higher side. So we have to check all the axes one by one. The first picture, what we have given is for FANUC, and the second picture, what we have given is for Siemens control. So we have to cross check these functions first and confirm whether the axis is moving without any frictions. Then going to the next, what are the areas we have to check for abnormal noise? So we have listed out most of the areas which will create abnormal noise. So first of all, it's axis and its telescopic covers. And the second one, it's spindle bearing and spindle belt, hydraulic pump, coolant pump, turret indexing. While doing turret indexing, please index the turret in both forward and reverse direction. And next one is automatic tool changer, that is ATC. And the next one is automatic pallet changer, that is APC. And in case of grinding machines, you will have to check wheel head and work head noise, oil chiller, and AC unit. So these are the points we have to check for abnormal noise. And going further, don't switch on the machine and directly give command with higher RPMs, because the machine has stopped for a very long period, due to which the grease can be sedimented and settle down in the bottom side. So to avoid that, in case if you switch it on directly with higher RPM, the spindle may get seized, that is jammed. So to avoid that, rotate the spindle by hand in clockwise direction and also in counterclockwise direction. In the first picture, we have shown the image of a turning center spindle. You rotate in clockwise and in counterclockwise direction. While doing so, please also cross check whether the labyrinth hole, which is on the bottom side, whether it's clean or not. And next one here, it's the image of a machining center spindle. The same thing is applicable, rotate it in clockwise and counterclockwise direction for free rotation. And grinding machine, wheel head can be rotated. Work head, if it is anti-friction, it can be rotated. In some cases, it will be a hydrodynamic spindle where it cannot be rotated by hand so freely. In that case, please do inching of spindle, then it can be rotated. After checking the spindle functions, one more thing I forgot to say, you have to give the command step by step. Don't command it in higher RPM directly. Once after rotating by hand, please give the command like 50, 500, 1000 like that. Don't increase it directly, so the stabilization can happen. And further, we have to check the basic functions like hydraulic and coolant. So as said by my colleagues earlier, please replace the hydraulic oil, clean the suction strainer, replace the return line filter. You can check the system pressure with this gauge isolator, which is on the machine. It's on the older series of machines. In new series of machines, there will be 3 split gauges. Please excuse me. 3 split gauges, so it can be directly seen. So after checking the system pressure of recommended 30 bar, you please cross-check the coolant functions also. Coolant should come in all the required areas. And further, once these basic functions are checked, and further we are going to check total machine functions of a turning center. So point number 1, it's hydraulic power pack. In power pack, as earlier told, replace the oil without fail, clean the suction strainer, replace the return line filter, then switch on the machine, check for the pressure, and also check for any leakages are there. Because sometimes what happens is the hoses will get hardened and it may get cracked. So to avoid oil leakages and wastages of oil, please cross check whether any oil leakages is there. And next, chuck clamp declamp function. Before doing this chuck clamp declamp function, we recommend to overhaul the chuck. That is, chuck should be completely serviced, cleaned, and re-greased. And third point, it's turret indexing. Turrets can be 8-station turret or a 12-station turret. In both the cases, please index the turret for complete rotation in forward direction and also in reverse direction. Check for abnormal noise or whether the turret is rotating freely or not. You have to cross check. In case if you find any abnormality, please give us a call. We are there to support you. Next one is tail stack. Tail stack quill movement has to be checked for forward and reverse. Sometimes you may face a jerky movement in tail stack quill forward. It is because of lack of lubrication. So do lube inch. There will be a cartridge on the top of the tail stack body. it will make the quill lubricated. So once after lubrication, it can work smoothly. Next is the oil skimmer. If there is an oil skimmer in your machine, please check for the direction of rotation, because oil skimmer will work only in one direction. If it works on other direction, then the totally it will not work. So all the oils will be there in coolant tank itself. And next is a conveyor system. Conveyor system has been kept idle for a long period and it was immersed in coolant. So there are plenty of possibilities it got rusted. So to move it, select jog mode and make conveyor forward and reverse for 15 seconds. Do not run the conveyor continuously in same direction so that the overload can be avoided. So move it on forward for 15 seconds and reverse for 15 seconds and continue this cycle for at least 15 to 20 minutes so that the complete rotation of conveyor will happen. And the next point, it's automation. In case if your machine is having automation like gantry automation or robo automation or any autoloader, you have to cross check the complete movement of those systems. In case of gantry, please move all the gantry axis to the maximum stroke. So complete stroke you have to move only in MPG mode, not in jog mode or rapid mode. Please move it in MPG mode and cross check whether the gantry is moving smoothly. Also, you cross check for the component loading and clamping and declamping of gantry work holdings. And in case if your machines are having a robo, please cross check the complete functions of robo in manual mode. And in tub autoloader or any autoloader machines, there will be a sequence selector. Separate selector switch and boxes will be given in the machine. So you have to cross check each and every function individually and also check for smooth movement. Any interference is there, any leakages are there, all those things we have to cross check. And next one, auto door. Auto door, as my colleagues earlier told, before switching on the FRL unit, please cross verify whether the air is dry. So that has to be cross verified. Air should be dry, and filter and regulator should be clear, and lubricator should be filled with recommended oil. Next, while switching on the air, please keep your hands away from the door, because when switching on for the first time, the door may hit fast. So it can create some accidents. To avoid that, please switch on the machine, switch on the auto door and do not keep your hands near to the door. And next one is chiller unit. In case if the machines are having a chiller unit, then please cross check the direction of rotation of motor and oil level of the chiller. Next, coolant. Coolant, we recommend to replace the coolant because the old coolants may have bacteria. So it's better always to use a fresh coolant and cross check the coolant functions. Switch on the coolant and check whether the coolant is coming on all required areas. That is above the spindle and also from the turrets, and also cross check for any leakages are there or not. Next one is parts catcher. If parts catcher is there, do parts catcher forward and reverse. That much is sufficient for it. And next is steady rest. If the machines are having a steady rest, do clamp declamp of component by using steady rest. Then cross check whether the rollers on the steady rest are rotating freely. It should rotate freely. Otherwise, what will happen is if the rollers are not rotating and the component is rotating, then it will create a friction mark or line mark in the component. So to avoid this, please cross verify whether the rollers are rotating freely. Next point is bar feeder. If there is a bar feeder, as we told for automation settings, all the sequences should be checked on manual mode. Directly, it should not be run on auto mode. So it should be checked only in manual mode step by step. So these are the points for turning centers. And next, we are going for machining centers. In case of machining centers, we earlier told do not switch off the machine with the tool clamped in the spindle. So we hope that you have followed that. Now, after switching on, the first point we have to check is tool clamp and declamp functions. There are two types of VMCs, that is machining centers. One is front mounted ATC, that is front magazine type. Winner, DTC, MCV 300 series are there. And another one is side ATC. There will be a twin arm ATC on the side. So first of all, we'll go for this front ATC type. In front ATC, first of all, you have to do is remove one gripper arm, which is in front of the spindle. You remove that, take that out, take a tool, clamp it in the spindle directly, move the Z-axis, cross-check whether the tool is getting clamped or not without any noise. And also, please cross-check how much load is Z-axis taking. It should not exceed 110%. If everything is okay, then directly mount the gripper arm back to the position, mount the tool on the gripper arm, make this Z-axis to move and clamp the tool. If everything is smooth, okay. If you face any problems or any abnormal noise while tool change, please let us know. We are there to support you. And in case of side ATCs, tool clamp and declamp functions can be checked directly by using command. You can give M10 or M45. M10 is for new series of machines and M45 is for old series of machines. You cross-check the tool clamp declamp functions. Once after this is over, you cross-check the push rod function on the twin arm. Push rod is a steel colored component which will be on the twin arm. It will clamp the tool. So that has to be pushed and cross-checked. If you push it, it will be a little hard, but it should move in. So that has to be cross-checked. So these are the points we have to check in ATC, that is automatic tool changer. And next, we'll go further for automatic pallet changer. Automatic pallet changers, there are two types. Once again, one is a linear pallet, which will be on the right side of the machines. And another one is a rotary pallet changer. It will be on the front of the machine. So in case of linear pallet, you have to do all the sequences, that is pallet unclamp, clamp, forward, reverse, everything in manual mode only. And in case of rotary pallet changes, be a little more cautious, because if some foreign particles or any component which has been kept on the claw of the pallet, then there are possibilities that the pallet may fall down. So to avoid that, please completely clean the machine. Don't keep any tools or bolt nut, anything like that inside the machine. Clean completely and do the pallet change sequence one by one, only in manual mode. Once everything is smooth, then you can give MIT command and cross-check for auto mode. Going for the index table. If your machines are having an index table, 1 degree index table, 30 degree index table, or 45 degree index table, whatever it may be, you have to cross-check for 360 degree rotation in both clockwise direction and also in counterclockwise direction, whether it's rotating freely without any noise. These same points are applicable for rotary table also. It should be rotated 360 degree in both clockwise and counterclockwise direction. And further, hydraulic power pack. So as we told for turning centers, the same points are applicable. Power pack should be cleaned, replaced with fresh oil. Suction strainer should be cleaned. Filter, return line filter should be replaced. So all these things has to be done. Hydraulic hoses has to be cross-checked for cracks and leakages, and fittings should be tightened. And next, fixture. If there is a fixture in your machine, maybe a hydraulic fixture or pneumatic fixture, please cross-check the total functions of fixture in manual mode. So for clamp, declamp, resting, all those things has to be cross-checked. And please remember, fixture operations are possible only in Z reference position. So please keep the Z axis in reference position and you can cross-check this. Once again, automation setting, the same points are applicable as we told for turning centers. Gantry should be moved for complete stroke in MPG mode, and robo should be moved in MPG or jog for complete stroke. Autoloader should be checked sequence-wise. And if oil skimmer is there, please check the skimmer direction and confirm. If belt type skimmers are there, please check the belt tensions also. Conveyor systems, once again, the same things are applicable. Conveyor should be rotated forward 15 seconds and reverse 15 seconds and continue the sequence for at least for 20 minutes. Next is coolant. In VMCs, there are multiple coolants. That is one flat coolant comes around the spindle, flush coolant, which is on the side of the machines, and push coolant. This is on the bottom of the machine for chip evacuation. So these coolants are there, multiple coolants are there. Please replace fresh coolant and cross-check all these functions and also cross-check for leakages. Next is coolant through spindle. It's an additional option This is coolant through spindle. High pressure coolant will be available in some of the machines. While checking high pressure coolants, please don't switch on directly. You load a tool with CTS option in the spindle, then you can switch it on. And also, before switching it on, please clean the filter unit filters, back filters, which has been given on the back side of the machine. That is F1 and F2. And auto door, same safety precautions has to be taken care. Don't keep your hands or any part of the body near to the door, which can pinch and create accidents. So please take additional care during auto door on. And next, chiller unit. Chiller unit, the same points are applicable once again. So direction should be checked, oil level should be cross-checked. And air dryer, if it's a refrigerant type air dryer, please cross-check the pre-filters and post-filters, refrigerant levels, all those things. In case if you face any abnormality in that, you can directly contact that supplier. So these are the points with machining centers. Going further, we are going to see on grinding machines. In grinding machines, work head and wheel head. So these are the most important areas which has to be cross-checked. Please cross-check as earlier told, rotate and cross-check. And while switching on the wheel work head, please inch and switch on so that the work head will rotate freely. Also, in case of hydrodynamic spindles, there will be a side glass in the spindle. So you cross-check for that. If you switch on the spindle, there will be a air bubble which comes on the side glass. It means the hydraulic oil, spindle oil, whatever is there in the spindle, is getting circulated so that no frictions will be there on the spindle cartridge. So this has to be cross-checked. If you didn't find any air bubbles in that, please check the oil level, and also you have to clean the filter which is on the bottom of the spindle cartridge, spindle housing. And next, in-process gauging and flagging. In-process gauging and flagging, you please check for the hydraulic hose routings, because both hydraulic and pneumatics are required for IPG and flagging units. So hydraulic pressure for the from the power pack should be within 10 to 12 bar, and for air pressure should be 4 to 6 bar. These are the recommendations. You please cross-check these recommended pressure is there or not. And once after moving the flagging unit forward and reverse, in-process gauge forward and reverse, if you find every functionality is okay, please load one master component and cross-check and for the settings what has to be done. And next is dressing unit. We have multiple dressing units. One is blade dresser and die roll dresser, and another one is a disc dresser. In case of blade dresser, there is no issues. You just cross-check the dressing tip is okay or not. If it's not okay, replace it. If it's okay, you can leave it as it is. And in case of die roll dresser and disc dresser, please cross-check whether any abnormal noise is there. In old series of die roll dressers, there is a possibility of additional belt provided for the drive. That belt tension also has to be cross-checked. And one more safety precaution which we have to take is, but when we are switching on the wheel head, please close the door. Without closing the main door, please do not switch on, because the coolant may get sedimented on the bottom of the wheel for this long period, which will weaken the bonding of wheel. So because of this, the wheel may get cracked and broken and can be thrown out. So to avoid any accidents, please close the door and switch on the wheel. So for the hydraulic power pack, the same points are applicable. Clean it. Suction strainer has to be cleaned. Top up with fresh oil. Return and filter should be cleaned. And oil leakages has to be cross-checked. In case of table has to be warmed up at least for 15 to 20 minutes. So there will be a side glass in the table also. As you already know, the oil level has to be topped up. Once if you start moving the table from left to right, automatically the oil level will fill up and it will get stagnated there. And one more thing, there will be another separator box on the side of the machine. Separator box will separate oil and coolant. So whatever the coolant on the bottom, it should be drained out. Next is tail stack. Tail stack, there are two types of tail stacks. One is manual tail stack and the another one is automated tail stack. In manual tail stack, if you are moving by hand and you feel it tight, there will be a lubrication point on the top of the tail stack body. Please lubricate it with hydraulic oil itself, then try to move it. So that much is sufficient for tail stack. And for coolant, please replace the coolant, because in grinding machines, this is much more important, because the property of the coolant can impact your component finishing itself. And further, oil skimmer, the same points are applicable. Please check the direction of oil skimmer. Next is linear scale. If the machine is provided with linear scale, please verify whether the air hose routing is proper and the pressure of the air is 0.8 to 1 bar. And please remember, for linear scale, it should be a dry air. It should not be a lubricated air. It only should be a dry air. And in case of automation, once again, the same repeated points are applicable. Move the gantry axis completely in MPG mode and cross-check for any abnormal load and noise. So same applicable for robo and autoloader. Next, mist collector. If a mist collector is there, it is always advisable to clean the filter. So please clean the filter in the mist collector, then you can use it. Once again, for auto door, same precautions has to be taken care. So please be more cautious while switching on for the first time. And coolant chiller. In case if the machine is provided with a coolant chiller, then please cross check the direction, and also one radiator will be there. That radiator should be cleaned, and additional one more filter mesh will be there. That also has to be cleaned. So these are the points. And going further, steady rest. Steady rest, as we told for turning centers, steady rest has to be checked for its roller functions. Please clamp, declamp, cross verify whether clamp, declamp functions are going okay. Then please cross check whether the rollers are rotating freely. So these are the points which has to be taken care. Till now, we have seen every individual function wise. In further, once every individual functions has been cross-checked, we are going for warm-up now. So how to make a program, warm-up program for turning centers? So you make a small program with full stroke of axis movement. So better cross-check for the interferences and try to make as much stroke as possible. So once the program has been made, start the program with a 25% rapid, and keep on inching the lubrication so that the axis will be very smooth. You cross check how much is the load in the start time, and also run it for 15 minutes in 25% load itself, and cross check the load once again. If everything is through, you again increase the rapid for 50%, then run it for another 30 minutes. So these are the conditions. During this cycle, please cross verify whether all the required areas has been lubricated or not. So you have to cross check the guideways, ball screws. These are the important areas which should be get lubricated. And next, you have to load the tools in their specific turret positions. If the tools are already loaded in the machine, you didn't remove it, please cross check whether the tightness is okay and insert tightness is okay or not. If it is not so, please mount it. And overhaul the chuck, as we already told, chuck has to be completely dismantled and serviced. Take fresh tool offset and work offset. Don't use the existing one, and run the first component in single auto mode. Better run 4 or 5 components. Once if you're confident with everything, no noise, no abnormalities, then you can hand over the machine for your regular production. So these are the warm-up cycle which has to be done in turning centers. Now we are going to see the same sequence of operations in machining centers. Even in machining centers, you have to do the same thing. Make a program for its full stroke, run it in 25% with inching the lubrication on regular interval, then cross-check the axis load. After 15 minutes, increase the rapid to 50% and run for another 30 minutes. So the current percentage should be within 40% at any cost. And also here, all the areas will be lubricated in automated cycle itself. You cross-check for that axis guideways and ball screws. You please cross-check that. But for telescopic covers, there is no automated lubrication. It has to be lubricated manually. You can directly pour some oil on the top, or you can use any spray method with oil can or something else. And in spindles, please clean the spindle tapper with white bunion cloth. It's always advisable. So please clean the spindle tapper thoroughly, and also all the tool holders what you are using, and all the tool pockets has to be completely cleaned. So these things has to be taken care before making any tool change of operations. Next, directly take fresh tool offset and work offset. Run the first component in single auto mode. Then you can go for auto mode. So these are the points for machining centers. And next, we are going to see about grinding machines. In grinding machines, normally there will be a small program which is directly available in the machine. That is a warm-up program. You can directly use that program itself. In case if it is not there, you can make a simple program by yourself. So with 25% spindle RPM and rapid, make the machine run for 15 minutes and then increase it to 50% for another 30 minutes. So these are the checkpoints. Once again, here also, please check for the current percentage and also any interference is there, machine is hitting somewhere, all those to be taken care, and proper lubrication has been gone to all the areas, and run the first component in single auto mode, take the output, you run another 4 to 5 components in single auto itself. Once you feel confident, then you can give the machine for regular production. So thank you so much. Thank you for listening to us. This is a good opportunity. With this, I complete my presentation. Now I'll hand it over to Rana sir. Thank you so much.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ravi Rana. Thank you, Harish, Senthil, Mandar, and Praveen for your valuable inputs. We have been receiving a lot of questions during the webinar, which are being replied online, but there are few questions which are being asked repeatedly. I request my colleagues Mandar and Virender to reply those questions so that every participant is benefited.
Unmute.
Thank you, sir. Now, many questions has been asked us in our question and answer session repeatedly. So I thought must be those questions who have been asked frequently, we should answer. That will help our customers. So first question is it mandatory that axis reference to be done by Micromatic people, or can we reference it on our own? So it is mostly recommended to do by a experienced person who knows the referencing. Yes, you can contact our team at our local offices. The next is, can we power on CNC machine without the earthing connection? So we recommend not to switch on the machine without earthing. It will create a problem to your machine. So there are other questions which may be asked frequently by electrical. So I request our Virendra to answer those questions.
Thanks, Mandar, to answering the electrical questions. Dear customers, good evening. My name is Virendra C. Champawat and I am a service head at Ahmedabad branch. Now I am going to reply frequently asking questions related to mechanical side, which is raised by all of you during this webinar. The first question is, it is a mandatory to take the tool offset and work offset after re-establish the axis reference. My answer is that yes, it is a mandatory. And the second question is it a mandatory to change the coolant after lifting lockdown? My answer is that yes, it is a mandatory to avoid the bad smelling during this. Once again, thank you all of you, and I am requesting to Rana sir for further conversation. Thank you.
We thank you very much for your participation in this webinar and hope that you have found it useful. I would like to summarize the webinar with 6 key takeaways. The first one is practice safety while handling the machine. We have explained the importance of using gloves, safety shoes, etc. The second one is visual inspection of the machine and machine parts. This is required to see whether there are any damages to electrical cables and other parts. Third is sanitize the machine and surrounding area. This is required due to corona pandemic, and this is for human safety as well. The fourth one, check all the machines functions before starting the machine fully. The fifth one, try run the machine gradually. And the last one, use warm-up cycles before start of actual production. We are available on phone for solving any machine problem that you may come across while restarting your ACE Micromatic CNC machine. We will be circulating by WhatsApp the engineers who will be available for remote assistance on phone. If you are unable to solve the problem over phone and need the services of our experienced team, we will depute them to your factory. Micromatic Machine Tools has always been known for giving prompt services. In fact, our mean time to respond and reach customer premises is less than 4 hours in 85% of our service calls. However, in the current scenario, this may not be possible. We request your kind understanding. Deputation of service engineers will take time, and this is because of travel restrictions, heavy workload, social distancing norms, and staggered working hours as mandated by government. We will be posting the English and Hindi version of the PPT used in the webinar on our website www.acemicromatic.net by tomorrow. I'll repeat the website address again, www.acemicromatic.net. We will be posting the recorded videos of the webinar in Marathi, in Hindi, Tamil, Gujarati, Kannada, and English on our website. We will also be posting the videos on YouTube and Facebook for your ready reference and to help you to troubleshoot your CNC machines. Please be assured that ACE Micromatic is always available to serve you. We will do our best to support our dear customers across all industry segments to overcome the current crisis created by corona pandemic. We are well aware that we are interdependent. In your growth and prosperity lies our future and success. We wish our customers, their families, suppliers, and employees a good health. And last but not the least, we also request you to download Arogya Setu app on your mobile. This will be required in future. Thanking you once again for taking time to attend this webinar, and we look forward to serve you soon. Thank you.